I gotta talk about how men do not have rights to children in the state of Arkansas. And where I think something foul is going on with the DHS system. My ex-girlfriend, she was arrested February 12th of 2022. On February 12th of 2022, I contacted the police department, the sheriff's department, and I tried to, I think it was actually that Monday, I contacted DHS, and they couldn't really give me any information. But I was told that, our child was with her sister, till her cousin said that is not the case. That is not the case. And I was never able to actually catch up with her sister in between this time, which kind of made it strange. Like, the child is there, but I can't ever find your sister. But, so, I contacted my ex in jail, and I contacted an attorney and came up with an agreement. My attorney and my ex both agreed it'd be better to wait till she was in prison to, file the paternity case. So the paternity case was filed on May 19th, 2022. This is the complaint for paternity and emergency and final grant of custody. You can pretty much read through this for yourself. But basically, it's basically saying me and my ex were not married, and we basically came to agreement on this situation, and that I have provided support for the child in the past and will provide support for the child in the future. And due to her incarceration, I was trying to get custody and establish paternity to just even know what's going on with my own child, because I didn't sign the birth certificate. Originally, like she said, it was somebody else's child. She's put several other people on child support. So the fact that I'm actually trying to get this child makes this kind of a little more strange. DHS is not trying to work with me. Now, after this was filed with the court, Miss Boykin refused her mail for over a month while she was incarcerated, and the warden had to be subpoenaed for her to accept her mail on this situation. And I guess she never actually signed for me to get our child, which I felt was strange. I have not talked to her since she's been in prison. I have put money on her books for her to call me, but she has not called me. The only correspondence I've really had is with my attorney. Okay. To make this even more strange, within the time she has been incarcerated, she also gave up her rights to the child, and I was told that the child is actually being placed with a family for adoption. And the thing is, we haven't established paternity on the child, and I was trying to get emergency custody of a child that has been in DHS custody since February, and it is July. No, I do not know the whereabouts of my child. I have not seen my child. I have not been able to visit my child, talk on the phone, nothing with my child since February, and it is July. So, there was another motion made by my attorney. Due to Miss Boykin not signing the previous statement, and the fact that someone is trying to adopt the child, that somebody's trying to adopt my own child that I hadn't seen since February, that I've been trying to figure out where it has been since February. I requested a DNA test from DHS to get my child back. I still haven't heard anything about that, but that's a thing also. I also registered with the Punitive Father Registry for the state of Arkansas. Basically, so since basically, since her mother gave up her rights, that way I'm the first person in line to adopt my own child because, yeah, apparently it's hard to get your own child back. Like, at this point, I do somewhat feel like the child is being kidnapped by the state of Arkansas. And this is kind of why I'm sort of looking like at this, like, is this kidnapping or some type of extortion by DHS and maybe even the police department? On February 12th, yes, Chassity was arrested. And she was arrested at a residence, and it was the residence of the father-in-law of the officer who arrested her. So while at the father-in-law's house, she was arrested by the son-in-law. And the son-in-law and his wife, whom works at DHS, are the ones who, I guess, have the child. And yeah, so I'm still not understanding, like, so since, yeah, I tried to seek emergency custody of my own child back from them. I've requested a DNA test. And besides the fact that it's weird that the officer that arrested her is the same person taking her child. I mean, don't you find that a little weird? Like, the officer that arrested her and his wife are the same people who have the child of the person whom got arrested. But I don't even know the facts around her arrest. I do have audio video of the father-in-law saying that my ex, Miss Boykin, called the police first. Then he called the police. And then his son-in-law arrived and she was arrested. But he said he was high on cocaine and she was too. And I'm not sure what's going on, but I do have the audio of that. And then, he said that his daughter had my child. And at this point, I have contacted DHS, and DHS was like, they don't know what I'm talking about. So after leaving the residence of the father of, I don't even believe that's his daughter, but we'll just call him father-in-law. So after leaving the residence of the father-in-law, I contacted the state police, the FBI, and the local police to report the child missing. Upon reporting the child missing, an officer did come by, and tell me that, the child was safe and she's, doing good and she's in a special house and and then I told him, like, this is my child. I'm trying to get my child. Well, he was like, well, come get her. Like, but, there was never no exchange of information. Like, there's not call this phone number and, you can come meet me. And there was no, so that's why I contacted a lawyer and made agreement with, to try to get my child back. But I still have not seen or heard from my child since February. And I'm actually trying to get my child back. I kind of find this weird that, the same people that arrested my ex have my child. And basically, I'm not really getting any response from DHS as to, the whereabouts of my child or even trying to work with me on this situation.